And here we have the second spinner. This is Nia's Dragon Powered Drift. So, there we go. Can take a look at the box here. Very nice. Very nice. Just got a little trident kind of thing. Some water designs. You know, looks very nice. Once again, LEGO Ninjago Dragons Rising. Got this in the corner. And we have this. It's the one with the claws. Got a couple of water things. And the thing for the dragon core in the back. Looks very nice. Whoosh. Swoosh. And this one has the blue and golden dragon cores. Actual size. Here we go. Here are the parts. And the door is open. I gotta go close the door. Just a second. Bada bing, bada boom. Okay. So here we go. The instructions unfold. And here it is. Here we have instructions. And now, here we go. 3, 2, 1, speed build! The minifig. And boom, there it is. It's very, very cool. It's got a little trident here. A little trident thing with water on the bottom. Once again, the minifigs look very, very cool. Some silver here, the water, and the light blue design in here. So, yep, has symbol on the back in silver. Very nice. And once again, some design on the mask. Water design on the mask. Legs. The maroon belts. Personally, I liked it when Nia was maroon, just because, then, I like the maroon instead of the pearl dark gray, just because then she feels more connected to Kai, her sister, than Cole, who she was only interested in somewhat in season 3, It's like, yeah. So, yeah. But anyways, once again, transparent arms, this time light blue. Very cool, very cool. So yeah, so there's the minifig, and she does have new face printing, the elemental visor kind of thing with water designs, and then this face. I like this particular kind of face. Very cool minifig. So, yep. Okay, now the spinner. In 3, 2, 1, speed build! And boom. Here we are. Here we go. Here's the spinner. It's more, streamlined towards the front. I don't expect it to spin super well, just because, it's not even. But if we do move these, it does spin. Definitely not as good as Kai, but it does spin. If I take the big old trident out of her hands, maybe it'll work a bit better. Yeah, it does work a bit better without the trident in her hands. So, It definitely works better without the Triton in her hands, but, you know, between that and that, this one spins a little bit longer, you know, it's just, yeah. But anyways, there we go. And once again, it has one other thing it can do. And so, we will build the rest of the set. And then show you what it does. Okay, so 3, 2, 1, speed build! And boom. Oh, there we go. Okay, so I did just realize that I did forget a piece on the spinner, so now that might help it spin a little bit better. Ignore that runaway dragon core in the background. We're just gonna, you know, just yep, there we go. Okay. So now that it has that on there, let's see how well it spins. Oh, don't take the minifig out. What am I doing? That's how you spin it. But let's see how well it spins with that on there. Oh yeah, see, that spins better. That definitely spins better. Because if I take this, in fact, just to make it a bit more fair, let's take the accessories out of his hand. And okay. I think it spins just a tiny bit less, but still it's pretty close. Okay, that's a lot better. That's a lot better. Okay. So, yeah. Anyways, there we go. That's a lot better. So it does actually spin pretty well. I do like these. They spin really nicely. So yeah, so there's that. We can go ahead and put the Trident back in our hand now. There we go. Okay. And let's take a look at the droid. So here is the droid for Nia. He has these little claws. I don't know why, but he gives me like little Mindroid vibes, you know? He's just he's just a small little guy. I mean, I know he's not any bigger. Like the Lloyd one isn't any bigger. But it's just, he feels smaller. I don't know why, but he's got these little claws here, and I like that. He can spin, kind of. Doesn't really like spinning. Maybe if I do it from the, yeah, there we go. So that's pretty nice, but you can also whoosh. He does slide around fairly nicely, so yeah. So he can spin. It's a little bit wobbly though. And then we have these two minor obstacles. They're the same as Kai, but in transparent light blue instead of transparent orange, you know. So it's water. Boom. And now, okay. How they present the Dragon Core. It looks like, put that in there. It looks like, you know, it'd be a lot better, you know, because it actually sits down in there. It doesn't just kind of sit on top of 4 little bits. You know, it actually sits down in. You know, you'd think, you know, that's a little bit better. And yeah, you know, if you shake it, it's not really gonna go anywhere. I'm shaking it harder than I shook the Kai one. It's not going anywhere. Thing is, the point of these is to knock them down, you know, and as you can see, when you knock it down, there are 9 studs. I repeat, 9. And I put the extra in there just to make it an even 10, because, you know, yeah, it's just 1 more. But that's 10 studs. 10 studs. 10 of these little things to keep track of. And they spill everywhere, as you can see. And I mean, yeah, it's very water. I will give it that. It is very water. It makes sense for water. You know, it's water in there. It makes a lot of sense. So I'm not gonna. I will give it that. I will give it that. So I'm not gonna completely hate on it. But still, that's a lot of studs to keep track of. Yeah. So, you know, it's nice. It is definitely... It is, yeah. I feel like the fact that there's, you know, like 10 different studs that you have to keep track of, kind of puts it on the same level as the others, you know. They all have a little bit of a downside, you know. Kai, it's not too stable on the top. Lloyd, we'll see. We'll see how what Lloyd's downside is. And, you know, this one would be the absolute best, no question. You know, better than the others, except for the fact that, you know, yeah. Like I said, it makes sense, so I do kind of like it because it makes sense, but still. Okay, so now it is time. It's time to set these aside. Set the droid aside and show you what the main function is. And boom! There we go. It drifts across, knocks that over. It's pretty cool. It actually does work nicely. You know, how much pressure you put on it before you release it. Let your finger slide off, you know. It does determine how far it goes. That's why it's streamlined like this, you know. You know, you gotta kind of put your finger on the corner here, put a lot of pressure on it, and then just slide it off. And just kind of let it pop off. You know. So, it works pretty nicely, actually. So, I do like this. I will say, before I go any further, I'm going to say that these are $1 more than spinners usually are. Spinners are usually $10. These... Actually, it's not... Okay. Let me clear things up. Not $1. 50 cents. Normally, spinners are $10. These are $10.50. However, I'm not complaining. Because for only 2 quarters, that is 2 quarters, 50 cents. It's not that much. It's really not that much at all. You can get a really, really nice spinner. Because, you know, this one, you know, has the drift function. Kai's has the flip function. I personally, Kai is my first pick. But yeah, you get some little Dragon Core pieces. I really do like these. They're like little marbles. So I really enjoy these. These are really enjoyable pieces. Some great minifigs. Fun little droids and such like this, you know. And honestly, just great spinners overall. Only 50 cents more. So, you know, I've heard, you know, like I did watch a video on these, and they were complaining about it. They were losing their mind over them. I don't know why. I don't know why grown adults lose their mind over children's buildable toys. But they do. Okay, I get it. That's me too, but I don't lose my mind over them. You know. So, yeah, and, you know, they kept complaining, oh, they're $11. They're not $11. They're $10.50. It's really not that much. And they're some of the best spinners I've ever seen. I do like how some of the others spin, such as the Air-Jitsu flyers and stuff, where they have, like, pull cords. I feel like that's just easier to do. But, I will say, these are still definitely up there with the best spinners, you know. They're definitely some of the best spinners I've seen. So I'd say it's worth it. I'd say they're 100% worth it. And yeah. Anyways, moving on. Here we go. Next spinner. Third, last but not least, maybe least actually, but third spinner. Here we go.